Changes and transitions are God's way of really helping us embody the truth of who and what we are even deeper. That security and stability, groundedness, unwavering is the truth and power that we have constant access to. And I believe, and at least in my experience, that change is something that pushes us to our limits, that asks us to choose between the reality that our physical senses might be telling us through the sensations that we feel, the emotions, the thoughts, the current experience of reality. And it can get very distorted, when we're going through something very challenging, we're feeling pain, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. We can get really attached and identified with that sense of reality. And it's in these times that Spirit is asking us to zoom out and to really call in a deeper sense of trust and faith that exactly what is happening in your life right now is unfolding for you for the highest good. God's plan is beyond what any of us humanly could conceive of. And it's unfolding for you in the right timing, with the right circumstances, and always in harmony, because that is the only reality that God knows. So, really deepening into your faith and understanding of that happens in these times of wobble, in these embodiment challenges and tests that are asking us, can we see deeper through the illusion? Can we, at the same time, hold and use our tools of the physical world, the physical senses, to get ourselves to a place of presence where we can feel all that we feel and remain present, free from the fear, free from the fear of the past, fear of the future, and just be with what's here now. In my own contemplations with Spirit, with God, lately I've been really shown that the steps unfold to you in the right timing. That when you are ready, you will see and you will know and you will not miss exactly what needs to be done, what needs to be received, what needs to be conveyed to you through thought. Ideas and thoughts are how the divine mind communicates with us, and that we can choose to act on these ideas and thoughts and choose our path with whatever feels like the right timing and right action as best as we know. And that trusting that even if somehow we end up stepping onto the wrong path, that the all-knowingness of Spirit, God, love will steer us in the right direction. That we can change our minds, we can change and flow with every step of this process, and that nothing is being locked in forever, for certain. Every choice, every path that we take is a continuous choosing. You always have the option to stop, to turn around, to do something else. And that's what change brings for you right now. You're in that pit, you're in that void where you can't see exactly where things are going. But this is the exact void that infinite possibilities come from. Infinite possibilities spring from nothingness. It's everything and nothing at the same time. And so when we are in seasons of change and transition, those are the best, most potent, most fertile places to be. Literally anything is possible before you, because likely to get here, to get to this place of change and transition, you had to let go. You had to do a lot of surrendering. You're still doing it every single day. Leaning into trust is not an easy feat. And you know this. You've been doing the work. You have the tools. This is why you're here. Because you have the tools to be able to sit with the discomfort of uncertainty. And yes, it might get incredibly loud sometimes to the point where you can't hear anything else. But the universe doesn't give you anything that you're not ready for. You have survived everything that has come before you, and you will not only survive this, but you will thrive through it. And getting to that place is really about trusting, relinquishing the need to control, to know, to have to figure things out. Because are you really the one who's in control? Are you really the one who's doing everything? Or is there a source of power that is omnipotent, that is governing all of life, including your own, for the most harmonious and perfect outcome at all times, without you even needing to know about it, to think about it, to ask for it? Love and life are unfolding for you, regardless of what you think about it. And when we consciously tune into that frequency, that knowing, that state of consciousness, we can co-create with the creator. We can be exactly the vehicle that's needed for these shifts and these realities to come into fruition. And that's the thing about embodiment. It's really interesting. When we've cleared enough blocks, when we've cleared enough stagnancy and frozenness out of our nervous systems, we become free agents. There is literally no resistance, nothing in your path between the idea, the divine idea that comes through you, and the manifestation and expression of that, the demonstration of that. Idea comes into form like this. When you have the embodiment, you've gotten to that place of releasing and relinquishing control. As hard as it is sometimes, we are being molded into exactly the way that we were designed and meant to be. Each one of us unique expressions of God, of spirit, and that we all have a role to play here in that grand plan, bringing harmony and light to earth. But it starts from within you. And when seasons of change and transition come before you, what are we to do? We sit and we listen, we yield, we allow, we hold ourselves, we let ourselves be held, we validate the pain and the difficulty when it's there, and then we release it. And we allow ourselves to move through. We allow ourselves to be changed by the process, to be touched by the light of divinity and forward progress and evolution that is your nature. We're not meant to stay stuck and stagnant and the same. That is against the natural law, the universal law that governs all life. Life is meant to expand and to grow continuously, infinitely. And you moving along with that, you embracing the change and surrendering your control is how you do that. It takes work, it takes practice to maintain this state of openness and receptivity, of surrender. It's a daily practice that I know that you are equipped for because you're hearing this message and it's resonating with you, and you're an energetic vibration for it. God has given you this task not to watch you flounder and to make your life miserable and hard, but to help you to rise, to help you to find your footing, to help you find your security and stability from within, your direct line to spirit, the one that governs, oversees, and influences all. You are not left out of that equation. You are part of it right now. Everything that's unfolding, everything you're experiencing right now, it's all part of the plan. You can't always see why things are the way they are or understand, but if it doesn't make sense right now, it will. If it's not the good and harmonious outcome, then it will be. If not now, then it's coming. And holding on to that knowing is how we will keep choosing each and every day to align further with that. This message was completely different than what I thought I was going to say today on this video. And this is also my practice of trusting completely that Source is omniscient, all-knowing, all-powerful, knows exactly what needs to be heard by the people watching this video better than I do. I had a whole thing written out that I wanted to talk about, but God says, no, we're going to talk about this today. So I hope you know that you're not alone in this difficult season of transition and change. And I hope that empowerment and hopefulness and your sense of flow and forgiveness come to you with ease and gentleness. And I hope that wherever you are in this world on your journey, that you find the strength within you to keep going, to keep evolving, to keep growing as you have been, to keep stepping onto that path one step at a time. It's not easy, but I think you'll find even more so that it's worth it, more now than it ever was. So it's really good to be with you. I love sharing these messages. I am in awe myself about how they turn out, even when I have a completely different idea. My personal self has a different idea of how I think that things should go, but Spirit knows best. And if you're wondering, as an aside, if you're wondering how to get to this place where you can just open yourself up as a conduit, and if you want to call it channeling or speaking your truth and just doing it in a free-flowing way that isn't scripted, but it's just raw and authentic, and just trusting that, I am happy to share what has been working for me. I might make a new video about that, but just let me know in the comments if that's something you're curious about. But what I will say for now is that using more emotional attunement tools and like physical attunement tools, you can learn all about that in my other videos, has been so helpful for me to provide myself the self-validation that I've needed for my whole life, to give me the confidence and the safety that I can say what needs to be said, and that it's not about me, it's not personal, it's just coming through me, and that you can't really get it wrong, and to take away all that pressure of having to do it right or to perform or have it be received in a certain way. Self-validation as a tool has been super helpful for me. And just to give you a little heads up, next week on my email list, I'll be sharing a brand new divinely inspired idea that I just received this morning, and a new way to or at least a new way to facilitate my Embodied Worth 4-week transformational program for self-validation. And this time we're going to do it as a group program, starting in a couple of weeks. And I have a special idea for DJing a embodied movement class with some facilitation, and that's all still, the details are still being worked out as I'm receiving them from the divine, but I will be announcing it formally on my email list next week, probably on Monday. So if you are wanting to be a part of that, if you're curious about it, you can join the waitlist. The link is in my description box below. And I just am so, this idea just excites me so much, because just the thought of having a group of us all working on this topic at the same time and using these like really potent and powerful tools that have been based on my last 2 years of inner and outer transformation that have led me to this place where I'm now able to speak freely and share messages from the divine or whatever the divine wants me to speak about on all of my social platforms, and is the way that I run my business and have complete trust in that. Like I can only imagine what kind of impact that's going to have on anyone who decides to sign up. So it's just some food for thought. I will only be sharing about the Black Friday offer through my email list. So if you want to get in on that, best to join now to get notified and save your spot when spots become available. So I hope that you are, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing better, and that things are feeling lighter and easier, more effortless, and that your spirit is feeling more uplifted in this challenging season of transition. And thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you so much love, and I'll see you in the next video.